Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my channel. This is Tanush. So I'm making this video. It's kind of part 2 to my previous video of Saturn. So this video is about Saturn going direct on 24th of October 2022, right? So now we have reached the point where Saturn has stationed itself. So it is still in a retrograde stationary mode, and it's almost at that 24th degree. It's going to be stationary, and on 24th of October it's going to go direct. So even though on 24th of October Saturn is going to go direct, but still till almost till between 15th to 20th of November it will be in direct motion but stationary. So which means that it essentially would still be at that 24th degree. It will slowly be moving towards the 25th degree, but that would be very slow, right? So we can consider that as direct stationary. So like I said in my previous video, what happens is when important planets like Saturn, they go direct or stationary or retrograde, but they are stationary. So when they are stationary, it looks like the life has come at a stop still, or life has almost become quite boring. We are stuck somewhere, things are not moving, and if important things are being stuck, or there is no progress on those fronts, then it is quite natural for one to get frustrated, and that's going to happen, which is already started, right? So if you are feeling that, again, you are stuck, so I spoke about this in my previous video. If you are feeling that you are stuck and things are not moving in your life, then just hang on for one more month. So after 24th, things are going to be much better. Now this retrograde motion of Saturn had actually given people a lot of tough times, lot of stress to everyone, because whenever any planet goes retrograde, it is quite close to the Earth. It's very close to Earth, and its results are also quite intense. So it starts giving those results quite fast. And because it is Saturn in retrograde motion, obviously for most of us the results are kind of negative, and the intensity of this negative results were quite prominent, and life had become quite tough for most of the people, right? So once Saturn goes direct in the sign of Capricorn, everyone is going to get a lot of relief. So now we are going to see some good times, because Saturn is going to go direct. The intensity of the malefic effect of Saturn is going to come down significantly. And not only that, like I spoke in my previous video, by almost 20th of November, Saturn would touch that 25th degree, and after that it has close to almost like 1.5 or 2 months to rush to the next sign of Aquarius, and hence Saturn would be in that mood to go to its next sign, where it is much more comfortable, because it is the Mool Trikon Rashi of Saturn, right? Now for many people, and especially for people who are under Saturn Mahadasha, or they are going through Sadesati, especially and to be very specific, precise sign of Capricorn, because Saturn is over your moon. When Saturn goes direct, and suppose your moon degrees are between 24 and 29.59, or the end of Capricorn, then Saturn would be hovering over your moon again, right? So what is going to happen is, Saturn generally shows us things on the ground, right? So generally we are in that fantasy world. Excuse me, I am on the highway, so there is a lot of disturbance. So we are in that fantasy world where we see things are very good all around us, life is wonderful, people are good, relations are quite good, but when Saturn Mahadasha comes, or when one is under the influence of Sadesati, or if someone is under Saturn Mahadasha and going through Sadesati, very intense period, right? So for them, Saturn shows things as they are on the ground, and this generally creates a lot of stress. So Saturn is actually not doing anything bad, right? Saturn is just showing you. Saturn is revealing the things as they are. So it's actually bringing you out of that condition of dream, or that la la land, as they say, right? It's actually showing you things on the ground. It's pulling you out of that illusion that everything is good, because everything is not so good. And Saturn has already shown you that things are very bad, and this has caused a lot of heartbreaks. People lost their jobs, health issues, right? Like issues with relationships breaking. People come to know that their own relatives or close ones are conspiring behind them, they are backstabbing them. So everything was there even earlier. It's just that we did not knew that. And what Saturn has done is, Saturn has shown us that, hey, come out of the dream and see things as they are on the ground, right? So Saturn has shown us that, and this actually has created a lot of frustration, right? So many people are disturbed. I know many people. I know very, very close relative of mine. The person had such bad experiences. So she's Capricorn Moon, and this period from 2020 Jan to now was terrible for her. It's because she discovered that her own siblings were actually backstabbing her, right? So now for her, things were very bad. It's like her world is shaken, and think why this world is like this. So all those things are there. And then they say that Saturn period is very tough. Saturn is Saturn gives you very bad time. Then I told her that Saturn is not giving you bad time. These things existed even before. It's only that Saturn is actually removing that layer of illusion which was before you, and it's showing things as they are on the ground, right? Now this is one thing. Now second thing, what is going to happen is, when Saturn goes direct, and Saturn is going to the sign of Aquarius, so there is some transformation which is going to happen, and this transformation can be cutting off some relationship, changing of jobs, changing your thought process, how you view the world, or how you perceive the world. It can be anything, or the way you used to live, or people inculcate spiritual tendencies during this period. So many things, but we are in for a lot of transformation. And believe me, Saturn has made us matured. It has made us much matured, because it has shown us things on ground which seemed very tough for us to accept, right? But now we know things in the real, in the actual perspective, and knowing that, we have also matured how to handle that, because this, for many people, this was for the first time that they have seen this kind of backstabbing, or people behaving very badly. So many things were for the first time, and for them it was like their world has come to an end. But now Saturn has given you that strength. Saturn has given you that maturity to actually Saturn has prepared you to handle this kind of situations in the future, right? So we have to be thankful to Saturn. It's not that Saturn has done something bad. It's just shown us things in the real perspective. So what we can expect is, we can expect a lot of transformation. So if you're going through some relationship crisis during this period, probably when Saturn goes direct, we can see that the relationship might break away for good. Or if you are going through some health crisis, maybe you'll get some solution for your health crisis, and then your health might go towards betterment. So some transformation, right? That may be in your career, like for Taurus and Aries, Saturn is a lot of your 10,000 career. So it may be with respect to our career, based on the ascendant, it depends, which house Saturn holds. Like for Gemini, it may be health issues, issues with in-laws, issues with, property, ancestral property, savings, right? Saturn has taught us the life lesson, how to manage money, especially for Gemini ascendant, how to manage money, because it impacted the savings very badly. So for each ascendant, Saturn has surely given, life lessons for us to learn. So don't perceive this period as bad, right? So let us take this period as a learning lesson for us. And when Saturn goes to Aquarius, it is much more settling period. It is much more peaceful. And like I always say in my previous videos also, that we are going to get the returns based on the proportion of, in proportion to hard work which we have put in when Saturn was in the sign of Capricorn. Why is that? Because Aquarius is second sign from Capricorn, which represents gains. Also, Aquarius is the natural 11th house, which also represents gains, right? So we are in for some very good period, but it all depends upon which dasha you are going through, which antardasha, and how Saturn is placed. But things are going to be much better, right? So guys, I just wanted to inform you that we are going towards some good times. So just relax, don't go get tensed, and be ready for the transformation. Accept the transformation, right? It is for our betterment, right? So guys, thank you so much for watching the video. If you like my video, you can subscribe to my channel, and I'll be back with another video. Thank you so much.